Another guy who's at risk of losing his job is a guy that Dana White has said in the press conference at the UFC Vegas 42. He says that the UFC, and Paulo Costa and his camp are currently beefing. That's the exact word, beefing, with the whole weight cut light heavyweight thing. If you remember, throw it back to a few cards ago, is that Paulo Costa weighed in 30 pounds over the 185-pound limit. They let that fight go on as planned at 200 pounds, or it was like 195, right? It is around that range, over the 185. No, it was like
It was
what?
205.
Oh yeah, sorry. It ended up being a light heavyweight. I totally messed up with that one. And then after that, they said, yeah, Paulo Costa, we made this fight, and now he's just gonna be stuck here and continue fighting at light heavyweight. Marvin Vettori can go do his thing at 185. Now, Paulo Costa was mad then, didn't want to do it. He's still mad. They're still not agreeing here. So, what's going to happen? What's going to ultimately happen at this situation? Should Paulo Costa be forced to stay at light heavyweight? And is he running the risk of possibly getting kicked to Bellator?
Yeah, I think he's definitely playing with fire here. I don't think the UFC needs Paulo Costa like at all. So there's already like a
I agree.
plethora
I
of
agree with you.
players in middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's kind of a division where there's been a lot of up and comers lately too.
And he already has
Allman,
chance against. He already had
Sean
his chance against
Strickland,
Izzy anyway.
Luke Rockhold hasn't been fighting. He might come back at some point. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that aren't even like necessarily like top fighters that are super interesting and intriguing.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I think Paulo Costa needs to kind of do whatever he's being told because he's not really in a position with a lot of leverage.
I'll even throw a Blonde Brunson into that conversation there for new contenders. Well, I guess technically not a new contender. Him and Izzy did fight, but new for the belt. Hasn't fought for the belt yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
The UFC, yeah, no, I agree with you. The UFC doesn't need Paulo Costa, and personally, I don't even care about Paulo Costa. Like, even before he fought Izzy, he looked like he could be a contender, but mostly his record looked a little bit bloated. Besides Yoel Romero, who
I
else?
thought he was a really entertaining fighter. And
Yeah.
that's why I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like a huge fan,
Now he's turned to just a prick.
but yeah,
Izzy ruined him.
because that's what he did. He would go in there and he would go guns blazing, balls to the
Mhm.
wall, 100% of the time.
And there wasn't this whole pre-fight semantics either that we've
Yeah.
been seeing.
And I think that has a lot to do with like the people he surrounds himself with too, because his
Mhm.
coach is kind of, I don't know, he seems like a little,
Seems off.
yeah, to say the least. It just seems like he's almost like enjoying the limelight more than the fighters do.
Mm. But
So
between saying that he got wine drunk and that's why he lost to Izzy, and then pulling out of a fight because you got hair implants, that apparently didn't work because he looked his bald spot was bad against Vittori, dude. That didn't look great. And so and now you're stuck here, man. If you're Costa, honestly, like you said, UFC doesn't need him. It's either, honestly, it's probably gonna be either he moves up to light heavyweight or the UFC cuts him. And I think there's a very strong possibility that Paulo Costa won't be on the roster for very much longer.
yeah,
They don't even need him at light heavyweight.
I don't think he's at the position now where he's not even going to be able to main event for, until he puts on some really impressive performances.
Mhm.
And not only that, but doesn't come with the, pre-fight antics and leaving his
Mhm.
opponent kind of in limbo, almost not knowing which weight they're going to fight at. Do I cut weight?
Right.
Do I keep my weight on? Like, what's the deal? Because that's not fair to the other fighter.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
not
good
fair
point.
to the promotion to have to answer all these stupid questions like again and again and again and again and again,
Mhm.
So yeah, he's kind of dug himself quite the hole that he's gonna have to either figure out how to fill or just head to another location.
Izzy definitely kind of started the beginning of the end and looked like the Marvin Vittori in that fight just kind of quite possibly put the nail in the coffin. Definitely interesting situation. Let us know. Do you guys even care if Paulo Costa fights in the UFC again? Do you care to see him fight at all? Is he worth the baggage that it looks like he's starting to come with now? Let us know, whether it be on the comments, 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts, or by hitting us up on our socials.